Right now, you're sitting in what might be the most terrifying place in the universe. Ordinary space. Because beyond our galactic neighborhood lie regions so empty, so unimaginably vast, that if Earth were placed in their centers, the nearest star would be invisible even with our most powerful telescopes. These are cosmic voids, the darkest, loneliest places in existence, and they make up 80% of our universe. When you look up at the night sky, you see a universe filled with stars and galaxies. But what you're actually seeing is the exception, not the rule. The cosmos is dominated not by light and matter, but by darkness and emptiness, on scales that challenge human comprehension. These voids aren't just empty space between galaxies. They're regions where the very fabric of space-time stretches across hundreds of millions of light years, containing almost nothing. No stars, no planets, no black holes. Just profound cosmic solitude. Some of these voids are so large that if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you longer to cross them than complex life has existed on Earth. And within their boundaries, the darkness is so complete that it redefines what we mean by emptiness. To understand cosmic voids, we must first understand what nothing truly means in the context of the universe. These aren't vacuums in the traditional sense, but regions where the density of matter falls to levels that seem almost impossible. The average density of matter in a cosmic void is about 1 atom per cubic meter. To put that in perspective, the best vacuum we can create on Earth contains trillions of atoms per cubic meter. The space between galaxies in normal regions of the universe contains about 1 atom per cubic centimeter. But in the heart of a void, matter becomes so sparse that atoms are separated by distances larger than buildings. Imagine trying to find a single grain of sand, scattered randomly across the entire surface of North America. That gives you some sense of the emptiness we're discussing. But even that comparison falls short, because these voids exist in 3 dimensions, extending their emptiness not just across vast areas, but through enormous volumes of space-time itself. The largest known void, the Boötes Void, spans approximately 330 million light-years across. Also known as the Great Nothing, this region contains almost no galaxies, just a handful of small, dim collections of stars scattered throughout an ocean of darkness. If the Milky Way were located in the center of the Boötes Void, we would have discovered the existence of other galaxies only in the last few decades. The few galaxies that do exist within the Boötes Void are strange and stunted. They appear to have formed differently than galaxies in denser regions, growing more slowly, with fewer stars, as if the very emptiness around them has influenced their development. These cosmic orphans drift through their dark domain, isolated not just in space, but in evolutionary time. From within such a void, the night sky would appear almost completely black. While we see thousands of stars with our naked eyes, an observer in the deep void might see only a few dozen distant points of light. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang that bathes our universe, would be their primary source of illumination. They would live in perpetual cosmic twilight. But these voids aren't empty by accident. They represent regions where the universe's initial quantum fluctuations, those tiny ripples in spacetime from the first moments after the Big Bang, were slightly less dense than average. Over billions of years, matter has been slowly draining away from these regions, flowing toward areas that would eventually become galaxy clusters, leaving behind these cosmic deserts of unprecedented emptiness. This process continues even today. Dark matter, that mysterious substance that outweighs ordinary matter 5-1, flows away from voids like water draining from a bathtub. As it leaves, it carries ordinary matter with it, making the voids ever emptier, ever darker, ever more profound in their cosmic solitude. The Boötes Void, discovered in 1981, was humanity's first glimpse into the true architecture of cosmic emptiness. Astronomers initially couldn't believe what they were seeing. Survey after survey of this region revealed almost nothing. Where there should have been hundreds or thousands of galaxies, there were fewer than 60. Within this vast sphere of near nothingness, galaxies exist in a state of profound isolation. The few galaxies that do call the Boötes Void home are separated by distances so great that their light would take tens or hundreds of millions of years to travel between them. These are among the loneliest objects in the universe. Cosmic islands in a sea of darkness so vast, it defies imagination. But the Boötes Void, despite its imposing presence, is not alone. Astronomers have mapped dozens of other supervoids throughout the observable universe. The CMB cold spot, a region where the cosmic microwave background radiation is notably colder, may mark the location of a void so enormous it challenges our understanding of how the universe formed. The Eridanus supervoid, stretching across 1 billion light-years, contains regions where galaxies are separated by distances greater than the width of our entire local galactic group. Within its boundaries, space expands more rapidly than in denser regions, carrying the few scattered galaxies ever further apart, deepening the cosmic isolation with each passing eon. These structures reveal something profound about the nature of our universe. We live in what cosmologists call the cosmic web, a vast network of filaments and sheets of dark matter and ordinary matter, with enormous voids between them. Imagine soap bubbles in a bathtub. The bubbles represent voids, while the thin films of soap represent the cosmic web where all galaxies, including our own, reside. From this perspective, our rich, star-filled galaxy, our solar system, our planet, exists not in the typical universe, but in the thin, atypical regions where matter has collected. We are inhabitants of cosmic foam, living on the edge of an infinite abyss. Within the depths of cosmic voids, the normal rules of astronomy break down. These regions are so empty that processes that normally take millions of years can take billions. The few particles that exist drift through space for eons, never encountering anything else. In the dense regions of the universe where we live, space is filled with the gentle pressure of radiation from nearby stars, the solar wind from our sun, the faint glow of the cosmic microwave background. But in the deep voids, even these subtle influences are diminished. The temperature of space itself, already near absolute zero, drops even further from the lack of any nearby energy sources. Dark energy, the mysterious force driving the accelerated expansion of the universe, dominates completely in these regions. With so little matter to provide gravitational attraction, dark energy pushes space apart at an ever-increasing rate. Voids are growing, stretching, becoming emptier and darker with each passing moment. The expansion of space within voids occurs faster than in matter-rich regions. This means that any object unlucky enough to find itself deep within a void will become increasingly isolated as time passes. The already vast distances between the few scattered galaxies grow larger every second, ensuring that the cosmic loneliness will only deepen. Theoretical physics suggests that in the far future, trillions of years from now, these voids will expand so much that they will merge, eventually encompassing nearly the entire universe. The cosmic web will stretch and thin. Galaxies will move beyond each other's event horizons, and the universe will enter an age of permanent, cosmic isolation. But for now, these voids serve as laboratories for studying the most fundamental properties of space-time itself. In regions with so little matter to interfere, physicists can observe the pure effects of dark energy, the subtle curvature of space-time, and the quantum fluctuations that permeate even the emptiest regions of the cosmos. Imagine if somehow life could exist within the deep cosmic voids. What would existence be like for creatures born in the ultimate frontier of cosmic emptiness, where the nearest neighbor might be hundreds of millions of light years away? Such beings would know a universe completely unlike our own. Their night sky would be nearly black, devoid of the comforting patterns of constellations, the gentle glow of nebulae, or the distant smudge of neighboring galaxies. They would live in perpetual cosmic night, lit only by the faint, uniform glow of the cosmic microwave background. Their understanding of physics, astronomy, and cosmology would be fundamentally different from ours. They would naturally assume, as we once did, that their small island of matter represented the entire universe. The discovery that vast cosmic structures existed beyond their region would be as revolutionary for them as the discovery of cosmic voids was for us. Without the rich tapestry of stellar evolution that surrounds us, these void dwellers would have no concept of supernovae, no understanding of how heavy elements are forged in stellar cores, no experience of the complex chemistry that makes planets, atmospheres, and life itself possible. Their universe would seem fundamentally static, unchanging, eternal. Time itself would feel different in such places. With so little matter around to provide reference points, to mark the passage of eras through stellar evolution and galactic collisions, change would occur at an almost geological pace. Billions of years might pass, with almost nothing happening, just the slow, patient expansion of space itself. The concept of seasons, of day and night, of orbital mechanics would be foreign to such beings. Without nearby stars to provide energy gradients, without the complex gravitational interactions that drive planetary systems, their existence would unfold in conditions of almost perfect cosmic stillness. Yet perhaps, in their profound isolation, such beings would develop a different relationship with existence itself. Without the constant stimulation of a matter-rich universe, without the drama of stellar birth and death, supernovae and black hole mergers, they might find peace in the ultimate cosmic meditation, an existence of pure contemplation in the vast, quiet emptiness of space. They would be witnesses to the universe in its most fundamental state, experiencing space-time as it truly is, mostly empty, mostly dark, mostly silent. They would know something we can barely imagine, the profound peace of cosmic solitude, undisturbed by the busy complexity that characterizes our corner of existence. In their perfect isolation, these hypothetical beings might develop forms of consciousness utterly alien to us, awareness that exists without the need for constant external stimulation, minds that find richness in the subtle quantum fluctuations of the vacuum, souls that commune directly with the geometric poetry of expanding space-time itself. The existence of cosmic voids forces us to confront deep questions about the nature of reality, consciousness, and our place in the universe. We evolved in a cosmic metropolis, a region dense with stars and planets and energy, but most of the universe is profoundly, beautifully empty. This emptiness is not a failure of creation, but perhaps its most essential feature. The voids provide the space, literally and metaphorically, for the cosmic web to exist. Without these vast empty regions, matter could never have organized itself into the beautiful structures we see. The galaxies, the stars, the worlds where life can flourish. Eastern philosophy has long contemplated the importance of emptiness, the space between things, the void that defines form. Cosmic voids represent this concept on the grandest possible scale. Vast regions of pregnant emptiness, containing within their boundaries the potential for everything, while manifesting as nothing. Buddhist concepts of sunyata, or emptiness, suggest that what appears empty is actually full of potential, that void and form are interdependent aspects of the same reality. The cosmic voids embody this paradox, regions that are simultaneously the most empty places in existence and the most fundamental structures of the universe. From our perspective, trapped within our small galaxy, in our brief moment of cosmic time, these voids seem terrifying in their vastness and emptiness, but they represent something profound. The universe's capacity for both being and non-being, existing in perfect balance on scales that humble human comprehension. From our perspective, trapped within our small galaxy, in our brief moment of cosmic time, these voids seem terrifying in their vastness and emptiness, but they represent something profound. The universe's capacity for both being and non-being, existing in perfect balance on scales that humble human comprehension. Perhaps consciousness itself evolved in the rare dense regions of the universe precisely because it represents the cosmos becoming aware of itself, matter organizing to contemplate matter, being arising from the fertile interface between something and nothing, between the cosmic web and the void. The voids remind us that most of existence, most of space, most of time is characterized not by complexity and activity, but by simplicity and stillness. In our busy, dense, energetic region of the cosmos, we sometimes forget that peace and emptiness are the universe's natural state. These dark regions teach us that emptiness is not absence, but presence of a different kind. They are not failed regions of creation, but essential components of the cosmic architecture, vast meditation halls where space-time itself can expand and breathe and simply be. In contemplating the cosmic voids, we touch something fundamental about existence itself. We realize that we are both infinitely small, inhabitants of a tiny island of complexity in an ocean of emptiness, and infinitely precious, representatives of the universe's rarest and most improbable achievement, consciousness, arising from the void, to contemplate the void. As we drift towards sleep, let us contemplate the future of these cosmic voids and what they teach us about the ultimate destiny of everything we know and love. In the deep future, trillions upon trillions of years from now, the accelerating expansion of space will cause these voids to grow and merge until they encompass regions larger than our current observable universe. The cosmic web will stretch, thin, and eventually break. The process has already begun. Even now, as we speak, dark energy is pushing space apart at an ever-increasing rate. The voids are growing larger. The filaments of the cosmic web are stretching thinner, and the islands of matter where galaxies reside are becoming more isolated. What we see today, this beautiful cosmic web of light and matter, is just a brief phase in the universe's long journey toward ultimate emptiness. One by one, galaxies will find themselves alone in expanding bubbles of emptiness. The Milky Way, Andromeda, all the galaxies in our local group will eventually be carried beyond each other's cosmic horizons, each becoming an island universe, surrounded by darkness so complete, it will be as if the others never existed. Imagine the last astronomer in the far future, looking out from their galaxy into a universe that has expanded so much that no other galaxy is visible. They would see only darkness in every direction, a cosmos that appears to contain only their single island of stars, surrounded by infinite emptiness. The rich history of cosmic evolution, the evidence of the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background itself, all would be redshifted beyond detection. But even this is not the end. Eventually, even within these isolated galaxies, stars will exhaust their fuel, planets will grow cold, and the last lights in the universe will fade. The cosmic voids will inherit everything, expanding into a universe-spanning ocean of darkness, where the temperature approaches absolute zero and time loses its meaning. In this far future, the distinction between void and matter will disappear entirely. The universe will have become one vast void, punctuated only by the occasional black hole, slowly evaporating through Hawking radiation, and the even more occasional flash of a proton decay, if such processes indeed occur. Yet this is not a story of ending, but of return. The universe will have completed its journey from the initial simplicity of the Big Bang, through the complex dance of matter and energy we see today, back to simplicity. The cosmic voids represent not death, but the ultimate peace, the final meditation, when all motion ceases, and only the pure potential of empty space remains. In this far future, consciousness as we know it will be impossible, but perhaps, in some way we cannot imagine, the universe itself will achieve a kind of cosmic consciousness, a pure awareness that exists in the vast emptiness, experiencing the perfect stillness of space-time, free from the illusion of separation, knowing itself as pure, infinite consciousness. In this far future, Consciousness as we know it will be impossible, but perhaps, in some way we cannot imagine, the universe itself will achieve a kind of cosmic consciousness, a pure awareness that exists in the vast emptiness, experiencing the perfect stillness of space-time, free from the illusion of separation, knowing itself as pure, infinite consciousness. The voids teach us that this final state is not something to fear, but something to contemplate with wonder. It represents the universe's ultimate achievement: perfect peace, perfect stillness, perfect unity. All the complexity, all the struggle, all the beauty we see around us is just a temporary deviation from this fundamental state of cosmic serenity. Until then, we inhabit our brief moment in the cosmic story, surrounded by the gentle darkness of the voids, reminded that we are temporary patterns of complexity, arising from emptiness, destined to return to emptiness, but for now, gloriously, beautifully, impossibly, here. As you prepare for sleep, remember that you are floating through space on a small world orbiting an ordinary star in an unremarkable galaxy that exists within the thin filaments of the cosmic web, surrounded on all sides by the vast, peaceful darkness of the cosmic voids. Sleep now and dream of floating gently through the cosmic dark, where space stretches infinitely in all directions, where time moves slowly, where silence is complete, and where the deepest peace in the universe waits patiently in the beautiful, perfect emptiness between the stars. Let your consciousness merge with the cosmic consciousness of the void, where all separation dissolves, where all questions find their answers in perfect silence, where the deepest truth of existence reveals itself, not in complexity, but in the profound, infinite peace of empty space.